Hey guys, Julie here. Today we're in the kitchen and we're going to be making some green chili venison stew. I'll be honest, the first time I made this I was a little bit nervous simply because each time I cook venison I just want to make sure that it's cooked right. I don't want it overdone. I want it to still be tender and full of flavor. This is definitely one of the best green chili stews. You can make this with beef as well, however, it does go really good with the venison. I have all of my ingredients all ready to go, and I'll post all of the details in the description down below. So we're just going to put everything into the crock pot, and we'll get started by just putting our tomatoes in here. I'm using a can of tomatoes, but some fresh boiled and peeled tomatoes would be good as well. And I'm also just going to take a masher and mash those up. That way they get blended in really well. And we'll go ahead and put our potatoes in here. They've already been cut and peeled. I like to cut them fairly small, that way they get fully cooked with everything else. And we'll just go ahead and add in our chopped onion as well. And of course it sticks to the side, so we'll just scrape that out and make sure that we get all of it, because the onion is one of the most important parts. Next, we'll go ahead and add our green chili in. This has also already been all chopped up. I used 1.5 pounds of chopped green chili, and it's pretty hot, but it's really good. So if you don't like things too spicy, I would maybe recommend using just a little bit less. And we'll go ahead and just put our venison, and I chopped it into about 1-inch pieces. As you can see, the color of the venison is so red and just so fresh. I also have some beef broth that we're going to add. We'll go ahead and just put our garlic cloves in. And I have my broth here. I'm just going to take all of the spices and dump them straight into the broth. I have some red chili powder, cayenne pepper, salt and pepper, garlic salt, and chili powder. And we'll go ahead and just whisk that up really well, making sure to get all of the spices all dissolved into the broth. Whenever I'm using a lot of different spices, I like to mix them all together. That way they get all fully incorporated. And we'll just pour that broth right over the venison and the potatoes and the green chili. We'll go ahead and just mix it up. I'm always so in love with the colors of everything before it cooks. We'll go ahead and put the lid on and cook it for about 4 to 5 hours. Then we'll grab some bowls and serve it up. I'm usually tempted to eat it right away because it smells super good. But because we put so much spice in there and it's really hot, it's always better for it to cool down. I also find that the next day it'll be a little bit less spicy because the potatoes absorb some of that heat. And if you don't have venison, beef would work just fine as well and taste just as good. I also like to just take a tortilla, warm it up, and use that as an extra spoon. So this is an amazing recipe, and it's a little bit spicy, but you can put a little less heat into it if you'd like. The venison comes out really good, and it just has a lot of flavor and keeps the meat really tender. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.